Well, hello, Sagittarius. Hello, hello. Thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. If you are new, hello, I am Yasmin. If you have not already, please like and subscribe. Sagittarius, we're going to go ahead and start with your reading. This is going to be your general. We're going to do what we normally do. We're going to start with the oracles and then get into the tarot. So let's see what's coming out here for you, Sagittarius. Let's see, Sagittarius. First card, we're going to get 3 all together. All right. So what's coming out here for you, Sagittarius? First card coming out is presence. Presence. Okay. It says you're being asked to spend more time in the present moment, equaling to stop ruminating about the past or longing for the future. Your life is happening right now, and when you're not present for it, you'll miss all of its beauty. So we're going to see why that card is coming out. I think we talk about this a lot with most signs that I do, about not worrying about the past and not worrying about the future, to live in the present. And so that's what it's saying. Now we're going to go ahead and see what else comes out. Here it says, one of the best feelings can be when we experience giving to others. When we do so, I don't like this card. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Okay, I'm not doing that with anybody. The one that came out on the bottom is open up. It says you're being asked to open up your heart to another, to let down your walls or your guard, and trust that they want what's best for you. Now, this is very interesting because we're going to see what tarot card is going to come out and see why this is coming out, because mostly this is dealing with love and relationships, but there is some closed off energy here. It says your life will open up in wonderful ways once you decide to open up. So, can't wait to see what that's all about when we do the tarot. Now, the next card here says release. Okay. It says you're being asked to release any toxic people or situations from your life. You deserve to be free from all drama. And this is the first step to achieving that. Okay. So this is the first part of your reading. Of course, it's giving us a little detail of what you're going to experience once we get into the actual reading. But let's go ahead. Let's keep going. Now, these cards here, Sagittarius, what we're going to see, this is going to be past, present, and what you're going to experience in the future. I'm going to pull 2 cards, and these are going to be the cards that are going to be clarified by the tarot. Let's get in it. This is for Sagittarius, past energy. And it's only words on these cards, by the way. It's only words. So here you have initiative and focused. This is crazy. This is crazy. At the bottom of the deck, you have resiliency. This is like perseverance. And if I'm seeing what the problem is in the past, because that's what I specifically asked for, it is your inability to take the initiative to do something. Now, I always talk about, Sagittarius, you guys procrastinating, and that's okay. This is also very scattered energy. Maybe not being able to focus on the things that matter, or maybe you just can't focus. Now, there are diagnoses for that. Some people have ADHD. Some people just cannot focus. But this is saying that this could have been a problem. You could have also been in a relationship or a connection where the person's focus wasn't on you. Meaning you could have been in a relationship and they were all over the place, because that's what the mice is about, right? They're scurrying all over the place with different people, other people, that type of thing. And it could have been only a sexual connection. But there is something that has happened in the past, because resiliency is coming out, which is saying that there is something that you've been experiencing that has caused a weariness, so to speak. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and put that there. We're going to see what that means in a minute when we clarify it. But let's keep going. This is for Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Okay, next card coming out here for you, Sagittarius, is surrender and independence. It's falling right up under open up too. Okay, I think that's very interesting. Independence is being single. Independence talks about a sense of freedom. So for some of you, this is saying a single energy. This is also like if you have your own business, this is really good. Okay, maybe you're going to open up your own business here, especially with that unlocked energy. But I will say open up means please be available to people, individuals who are going to come in and pour into you. This is exactly what this card literally says. Let's read it again. You're being asked to open up your heart to another, to let down your walls or your guard and trust that they want what's best for you. A lot of you are not used to that. You're not necessarily used to that type of energy. So for some of you, you're just kind of like, suspicious. Okay. Especially if someone actually really does care. Okay. So I do see that this is saying that there is this surrendering energy where you kind of just say, all right, I'm just going to go with the flow. I want to see what this is all about. And you're not holding yourself back here with the whole surrendering card. Okay. I just feel like maybe before some of you guys have dealt with the wrong energies. And the thing is, maybe you don't trust your decisions, because at the bottom of the deck, it talks about impulsivity. Okay. So maybe you were dealing with people who were coming in and out. Okay. That type of thing. Individuals in general who just wasn't serious. Okay. Or maybe you have a tendency to make impulsive decisions. Right. And so maybe that's the reason why you're holding back. But all of this, like I said before, all of this is going to be clarified with the tarot in a second. Okay, so let's see what else comes out here for Sagittarius. Uh-oh. This is for Sagittarius. This is future, by the way. Future energy. All right. So you have repression. And you have you got impulsivity again, but you have compassion at the bottom of the deck, which is really good. Oh, look at what it's. I just thought about it. This is really good. I literally just thought about it because I was about to say maybe this has something to do with being able to release built up tension and emotion, and it's falling right below release. First card comes out, talks about repression. So these are the things that you are holding inside of you: feelings, anger, doubt, fear, all of those things, right? This is what you're going to be able to release, okay? I mean, and it's buried deep inside, because this is technically some things that you guys have, not proven, but you start to believe about yourself and your situation, okay? So one thing that I can tell you, crocodile tears. Oh yeah, crocodile, oof. So a lot of you have been having some real extreme, like maybe sad spells. What is it called? They used to call it depression spells. What my grandmother used to say. When you're sad or when you're depressed, and it's really not spells. That's just the way my grandma used to pronounce it. But just feeling like, you had to hold everything in. You're the one that has to hold it together. And so here with the releasing, it's saying you're going to be able to let all of that go. I love the fact that it even speaks about the emotion, because you're going to be able to let all of it out. Okay. Especially with the crocodile tears talks about sadness, crying, right? You're going to be even able to let go of not reacting to things based on emotion. This is dealing with relationships, right? So let's say that if you're dealing with someone that or even dealing with individuals that are recognizable to the past, you won't do what you normally would do. Impulsivity is just like you act without thinking. Okay. That's what this means. Part of your personality, even that way, is going to be out of the door. So you're not going to be just doing things willy-nilly. You can't afford to do that anymore. Okay. Just based on that. Now, I love the fact that you had compassion. Love it. I love it. So there's some good things happening here for you, Sagittarius. Now we're going to go ahead and get into the actual tarot reading. We're going to see what's coming out here. The first card that came out again was focus and initiative. Okay. That was what you were lacking in the past. A lack of focus and a lack of taking action with what you needed to do. And we're going to see why. And let's see who this is pertaining to. This is for Sagittarius. You have the King of Pentacles. You could have been dealing with an earth sign. Hey, JJ. You could have been dealing with someone who is an earth sign. Okay. I want to tell you, I don't like the fact that you guys in some way always cater to someone else. Now, I shouldn't even see all of that off of one card because I'm looking at what's here. You know, when there's things that you have to do, and there's been times where I can tell you based off of the cards that aren't even coming out, there was things that you need to do that day. I'm just using this as an example. There was something that you needed to do that day. Someone called you up, said they wanted to see you, and boom, just like that, you were available. You were too available for somebody. That is what this is saying. This person is selfish, and the relationship was very superficial. Okay, they are a very superficial person. You look good, you smell good, you look attractive, that type of thing. The reason why they wanted to be around you mostly was due to pleasure, or you make them look good. You make them feel like they were accomplishing something, but that was it. That was it. And the King of Pentacles is saying here that, you know, you should have been focusing on your own goals. There was prosperity, money. There was opportunities that were even lost as far as financially because you weren't even focusing on you. We even see in the second portion of the reading, it talked about independence. So some of you have your own business. There was things that you weren't even focused on. You lost money. You lost out on money because you were so busy in a different place mentally, maybe even physically, like I said before, where the mind, the body goes. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's keep going. Let's get the second card here. This is for Sagittarius. Now you have the Four of Wands. There's going to be, first of all, it's saying independence. I can tell you right now, this is like being independent financially independent through some kind of like stability. Four of Wands talks about stability. I don't know how this is going to happen for you. This could be funding for homes. This could be someone in the family area here with the fourth house talks about family that will give you money. This could be, you know, I mean, I'm talking about anybody, a mother. You can get money from a parent, from a mother figure. Okay. But I feel like this is going to be ventures you're going to be going after. Whatever venture you've been thinking. So let's say you've been considering to get a new job. You've been considering to apply, you know, to start your own business. You've been considering something dealing with your money. It is going to be very prosperous for you. Okay, very prosperous. This is the reason why opening it up is there. Because there's fear and you're doubting yourself. And this reading is saying, go for it. Because I can tell you that it works. This is why I said surrender, go with the flow. Stop holding back. You know what it is that you need to do because there's stability on the other side of fear. Now, some of you, even with this is about moving out on your own, leaving, you know, let's say you were living with somebody, right? And what this is really about is like you living on your own and you ain't ever lived on your own, ever. Okay. Or you haven't lived on your own in a very long time. Okay. And so now you're at this place where you don't even need anybody, not just about financially, but even when it comes down to like, just in general, just your life, you don't need anybody to be, you know, you don't have to rely on anybody. There is going to be some changes in your house, though. Can I tell you that? There's going to be changes in your home. I've been seeing this so much for so many signs. So there you go. I'm just telling you, when I saw that happen, okay, this happened before 2020, but I see it with a lot of signs. And I'm just saying, it doesn't mean that you're not going to be in your house. It means that there's a change in your home. I always say what? An addition to your home, a subtraction to your home, relocation to your home. And sometimes it's renovation. You could be renovating. Okay. Yeah, that's what I see. Okay. Because there's something new about the house. There's something new about the area that you're in for a few of you. And it does feel environmental. There's some type of environmental change that I see. Okay. Some of you are even thinking about, well, shoot, should I move to a different state? Should I move to a different country? Some of you guys are even wondering if that's what you should do, because that's a big leap of faith. That's huge. This is, again, it just depends. Some people leaving someone's house is a huge leap of faith if they've been living with their parents forever. Or if they, you know, or now they've been a little bit more reliant on their family. Okay, so this right here could be a huge leap of faith for anyone. It just depends on your perspective. But moving across seas, that's major for some people. For other people, it's not. But that is what you're going to be facing here when it comes down to your housing, things to do with family, that type of stuff. This could be starting a family. I'm just saying, buying a home. All right. Oof. Now let's get to the nitty-gritty of this, because remember, this was the one that caught me off guard. You had repression and impulsivity. This has been like swarming around your energy for a very long time. Okay. Because repression is what I said when I said, before I even saw release, I said, no, this is feeling like you're letting something out because you had crocodile tears, right? But then look at the cards that came out basically confirming. Look at the cards that came out confirming it. You had the Four of Swords and the Ten of Swords. So you have definitely been through pain, but you ain't let none of that stuff out. Again, I always say you're the only sign that I say Superman, Superwoman, because you feel like you can hold all of that shit in. We're not talking about you feel like you can hold things on your own. Yeah, other signs feel that way. But I mean, for a lot of you, you don't even want to cry about it. You don't want to feel sad about it. Okay. There's been a lot of things that you have experienced, and some of the stuff is mistakes. And so you don't even want to really look at it that way. You're kind of like, no, I'd rather not. Okay. So, you know, I do see, especially with the Ten of Swords, it could have been huge mistakes that you made. I'm talking about things that could have ruined you, and relationships that could have ruined you. Maybe you feel ruined because even if it wasn't financially ruined, you feel it as far as your heart, your emotions, you feel it like that. Okay. And then you have the Four of Swords, which means now you need to rest from this energy. You need to heal from this energy. You got somebody in your read, y'all. You're gonna have to release somebody, and this is romantically. I can tell you that's what this is about. Y'all are gonna have. This is a very deceptive individual. This is very deceptive. This is very sneaky. I don't like to even use the word deceptive a lot because a lot of people use deception. I'm going to tell you what it really is. Sneaky. I don't like this person's energy. Okay? I don't. And it's just, it feels like you are overlooking this person's behavior. Now, could it be people outside of romantic relationships? Of course, right? But majority, you know that this has something to do with romantic relationships. This is totally telling me that for some of you, this is someone who has hurt you time and time again here with the Ten of Swords. This is the person who watched you drown, the person who saw that you were hurting or knew that you were hurting and didn't do anything about it. They really didn't take the initiative to really make you feel at home here with the Four of Wands. You know who this person is. And repression means what? Push it down. Push it down. Pretend that you don't see it. Pretend that you don't know it. Because some of you don't want to be by yourself. And you see the reason why in the beginning part of the reading, it literally says, can you take the initiative? Stop dragging your feet. Can you take the initiative and leave the person who is selfish and they are, what is it called? The lack of apathy, baby. Like, I mean, I'm feeling that big time. I was trying to figure the word. Apathy was the word that I'm seeing. The lack, like they have no feelings. They do, but it's only about what pleases them. They are inconsiderate as hell. You knew it. You've been knowing it. And why are you pretending like you don't see it? That is the repression. And you see it's sitting right below release. This is the person that you need to release out of your life. You need to tell them bye-bye. You got to go. And allow yourself to heal here with this Four of Swords. But for some of you, you want to know what's going to happen. The Four of Swords for some of you doesn't necessarily mean the healing element. The Four of Swords for some of you meaning it's just a pause. It's just a moment. We're not talking again. but they'll be back. And they usually do. They usually do come back based on this reading. But I'm afraid of I'm afraid of how you're going to respond when this person comes back up in here, because I see the person literally telling you that they want to see you. So there's two ways that this can happen, because the Four of Swords, again, could be healing because you're releasing. This is a recommendation only. The spirits are not commanding you to do shit. Either A, you do, or you don't. And it's saying, release this because this is happening to you. Release this because you know it hurts and it's been hurting, but you are what? Pushing it down. So is it only a moment, or is it going to be forever thing? And that's when you're going to be able to heal from this madness that this person has actually been putting you in. Like I said before, it doesn't always have to be relationships, but I'm just looking at it for what it really is. And the reason what's getting to you is because, remember, the first card that came out says what? Presence. You're so busy worrying about I remember when I was by myself and I didn't like the way that felt. I didn't like the way that felt. That's past. And then it says present, right? I mean, the future, right? It says, oh, well, don't worry about the future. But you're like, well, man, I don't want to be by myself in the future. This card literally tells you to do something. This is the reason why you're doing what you're doing. You're being asked to spend more time in the present moment and stop ruminating about what you didn't have in the past and what you feel like you won't have in the future. Go with the flow. Allow other people to come in, like it says, surrender. Allow other people to come in and show you what life is really about. Some of you guys are so closed off to other people's advances. And not, let me tell you how interesting this is. You may be like, well, yes, there is nobody advancing towards me. You could be so down in the dump because you're thinking about this mofo right here. You're not even thinking about going out with your friends or your family or other people in order to meet other people because you're so down in the dumps over this person. You're not taking yourself out. You're not going out there having a good time where you can bump into someone and meet somebody. But because you're so down in the dump with this individual, you are allowing those times and those opportunities to pass you by because you are not surrendering. You refuse to open up. That's what this is basically saying. So the universe is like, okay, now if you release, though, if you release, you're allowed to heal. And then something good is going to come in here for you. I'm going to bring someone in here that's going to be worth your time. You're going to feel welcomed by this person. Four of Wands, welcome. Only if you surrender, only if you free yourself, independence. That's what it's telling you. Now, I'm going to do something very interesting with this deck right now. I just want to see what cards fall out, and then I will tell you what it means. Okay? Because y'all know with these cards right here, I don't be knowing y'all. I have a really hard time with these cards. Here it says, alien, waterway, you've been in your damn feelings, baby. Sharing. Have you been sharing? Sharing is caring. Have you been sharing? Have you been giving a little bit too much? And still by yourself? Have you been sharing in relationships? Confusion, chaos, and confusion. I literally just told you. What did I just say? I said, if you do not release, it's going to be more of the same. The universe is giving you an opportunity to do two things: release, heal, and welcome in the new. Welcome, Four Wands, welcome in the new. Or you're going to be dealing with this same shit you've been dealing with, this mofo who cause chaos, this mofos that come into your life and leave again, come and do whatever they want to do. Their selfish ass energy, their inconsistencies, your incompatibility. And again, The repression energy is saying, oh, I'm just going to push it down and pretend that it's not happening or pretend that it's not that bad. That's what this is basically saying. This person is sneaky. They don't care. And what are they doing? They are stealing from you. They are robbing you of your time, your precious time and your energy. That is what this person is doing. And so I always say this, do you care? If you don't care, I don't care. If you don't care, I don't care. Now they're telling me I have to pull 3 more cards. If you don't care, I don't care. But because this person is so good at making you feel so alienated, they're so good about making you feel unwanted, then here you are, scraping for their attention again. That's the reason why that mouse was there. Because you're not standing in your power. And some of you guys are accepting the chaos with sharing someone. Some of you guys are accepting the chaos with actually giving to someone, even within your family member. And what do? Okay. And if it's a family member thing, let me tell you, especially if it's a family member thing. A family member thing is basically saying, do what you need to do for the person in your family that you have. Mostly, like, we're all obligated to some way, right? We're all obligated in some way with our family members in some way. Not everybody, but we are, right? All right. If you have a messy ass family member, what is this card basically saying? The reading. Do not get involved. Remove yourself from the chaos. Remove yourself from the confusion. But this is really about love. Hold on. We're going to pull 3 more. I don't know why, but I'm doing what's being told. All right. Oh, that didn't even flip out. That just slipped out my hand. Discipline. Interesting. Questing. This is definitely some of you guys are going to be traveling. You're going to be moving, traveling or something. Well, look at this. Oh, an assistance here. I love this. Because if you've been having issues with your finances, okay, where I can tell some of you guys are very hesitant to going out buying things that you actually need at the store. Okay. And I think I made mention of this earlier when I said that maybe there could be housing, some way that you can get housing. I believe that I said that, right? Go back and listen to it. This is the perfect time now where the universe is actually going to be opening things up for you. This is right for it, but you got to be present. You have to be in your present mind because you're not going to be paying attention to something. And you're going to end up missing out on something that's right in front of you because you're not paying attention. This is why I said you have to be in your present mind. Be in your present mind. All right, Sagittarius, what do I need to do today? What is something that has been on my list of the things that I need to do? What are my priorities? The present card is basically talking about priorities. There is someone who's going to come in here and help you in some way. I do not know how, but it is here because you have assistance here. Okay. This could be, especially with the confusion, especially whatever this chaos, right? I love the fact that it fell on the chaos because this could be angelic assistance. This could be someone in a physical realm. This could be assistant through people, friends, lovers, governments, whoever. Okay. Now, last card. I love this because did you think that I was lying? I didn't even pick up this deck yet. Look how beautiful that is. Connection. Remember when it said, it told you, it gave you something. It told you something. It said, I need you to open up. I need you to surrender. I need you to be free from something. That's all it was saying. Pay attention to what I'm trying to say. This is what presence card basically means. This is the universe. Pay attention to what I'm trying to say, Sagittarius. I need you to focus on what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, what are you trying to tell me? I need you to surrender. I need you to free yourself from something. Release it. Release what? Chaos. Right? And for some of you, this is like, stop being strung alone. Stop allowing someone to string you along, by the way. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, everything starts to come together. This is even romantically. Okay? Things start to come together for you in such magical ways, really. So I actually really like your reading. I think your reading was really good. I feel like you guys need to take action, and please, more than anything, stay focused on what it is. Stop pushing things down. Okay? Stop pretending that you don't see it. Stop pretending that you don't feel it. Face it head on, and then good things are definitely going to be coming your way. Okay? All right, Sagittarius, I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. And again, if you guys are new, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you're interested in a personal reading, all the information is down below. I love you guys. Have a good one. Bye.